What's going on, you bunch of heretics, and welcome to Heresy is My Therapy. You find me once again back on the road and on the hunt for the UK's best hobby hangouts, and I'm north of the wall here in Leith in Edinburgh at an incredible little independent cafe, independent retailer called Ancient Robot Games. This is, again, just one of those really cool independent stockists with a cafe, a great hobby hangout. I'm here, this guy's playing card games, board games, and all sorts. It is absolutely brilliant. The vibe is, as always with these places, a great community spirit where everyone's enjoying themselves with a coffee and some good old board games. Like with all these places, we've got a great selection of games. Obviously, you've got all your Games Workshop, your Citadel range, you've got Warhammer 40k, Kill Team, Old World, such as like. But what's really great is the plethora, and I mean plethora, of board games that I'm currently staring at. We've got Cthulhu, we've got Warhammer Quest, we've got Crossbow and Catapults, we've got Dune, we've got Arcs, we've got obviously Magic the Gathering, there's Star Trek games. There is, if you can think of a board game that would be out there, these guys, Catan, just spotted that as well over there. But if you can think of a board game, these guys, I would argue, definitely have it. The great thing about Ancient Robot Games is basically you pay £4, that's 2 hours at a table like this, and you have the full range of games at your disposal. Like I say, I'll take you around all the gaming systems in a minute, the areas that you can play, but for £4, you get that's your table for 2 hours, and you get to play the plethora of games that they have in stock here. Different nights of the week, they have different themes of what they're going to be playing. Like I say, Monday night is like their painting night. Other nights they say like a D&D night, a Warhammer night, a Magic the Gathering night. And again, they've got that really good community-based spirit. In the daytime, like you say, you come in, great coffee. Again, all locally sourced coffee and cakes here in Leith, which is absolutely incredible. But overall, the theme of these places, once again, is a community spirit. Everyone coming together, enjoying some games, enjoying a good cup of coffee. It's such a lovely place to be. Again, like I say, it's in a place called Leith, which is near Edinburgh. So if you're in Edinburgh, you're up here for the day, or you're up here for a couple of days a weekend, and you want to find yourself a nice little hobby hangout space with a good coffee and some cake, get yourself down to Ancient Robot Games. They've also got some really big things on the horizon as well, which I'll have to save for later on a different video perhaps. But they've got some really exciting things coming about board game development, which again, we'll have to save for another day potentially. But watch out for Ancient Robot Games and what they're going to be doing in the tabletop gaming development space. As you say, this place is absolutely full of incredible games. It's just great. So like I say, if you're in Edinburgh, if you're in Leith, specifically Leith, and you want a great place to kind of do a bit of hobby hangout, enjoy a good coffee, have some gaming time, it's £4 for a table, and obviously you pay for your coffee separately, which is lovely. But yeah, so what we're going to do now, we're going to catch up with Morgan, who's the store manager, kind of talk to you a bit more about the history of Ancient Robot Games, how it kind of came to be, and where the name came from, what he enjoys about this place, and just get to know the kind of like the team that run this really awesome independent retailer and stockist. Yeah, Ancient Robot Games. Right, let's catch up with Morgan now.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I'm the manager here at Ancient Robot Games. I started working here because I used to run the board game department in Blackwell Southbridge here in Edinburgh, which was very good. And that's how I met the owner of this place, Dougal. And we
cool guy,
very cool guy,
cool name as well, Dougal. Yeah. I like that. That's cool.
Very Scottish.
Yeah.
And then we were running games nights, community games nights, every 2 weeks at Argonauts Books here in Leith, which is just a couple of those down from us. Lovely independent bookshop. Little shout out for them there.
You've got to get those plugs in, right?
Yeah, right. And we ended up having sellout board game nights every single week. every single time we ran it, it sold out. We'd have 30, 40 people in there. Then we started doing role-playing game nights, which are every month, sell out as well. We had like Halloween events and things like that. And then one night we stood outside of, after one of the events is finished, people are filtering home, and Dougal just looks and there's an empty cafe on the corner, and he goes, wouldn't it be cool to open a board game shop in that place in the end? And I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool. Bit of a pipe dream though. And a week later he goes, no, we're doing this.
We're doing it.
And then we just kind of did, and then like a few months later, here we were.
And what a classic corner shop board game.
Yeah.
I was I was doing a little piece to come there, like, it's a really cool little shop, and there's going to be plenty of B-roll hopefully. But it's almost like that, I don't know, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, like classic, what you would imagine a board game, like a tiny board gaming shop on a corner piece as well. Like the fact it's on a corner, just really
it's such a good location.
It's good.
It was really, we kind of looked out, we got the big windows, it's nice and sunny in here, nice and airy. And then, and
it's so airy and spacious, and again, like timey.
Yeah.
It's the best way to describe it. Like you just expect like an Ollivanders type person to be coming and go, what board game do you want?
And that's what we try and do. Like it's
really cool.
We can chat for hours about this. That's one of the things I most enjoy about working here is you get the passion. You get the people coming in, showing you the cool minis, telling you about the games that they've played, tell you about some new stuff. Which is always nice when somebody goes, have you played this? And something I haven't heard of.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. And then, the name came about. So we had a big list of names. We were kind of thinking about all of these different names. I think one of the original ideas we had was the third place.
Okay,
because obviously we got the idea of the third place. And then, I've worked in game shops before, and I know that to do a game shop you need to have games in the title, otherwise people it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but one of the rules is you need to have games in the title so people know what you're about. And so we had this big list, and we had a couple of names, and we settled on one, Knucklebones.
Okay.
Which we started, and then we were sent to our designer, and we got the designs back, and they just weren't hitting right.
Just didn't feel right.
And I was like, so we took some of their other ideas and sent them over, and we got the prototype of the logo. Back, and we were like, that's the one. And one of the things that we kind of we played around with it, and we were like, yeah, it sounds good, but we've been sat with it for too long.
Yeah.
And then once it became the official name of the place, it's incredible how fast it just settled in. Everyone was like, Ancient Robot Games, and it just rolls off the tongue.
It's that three-word Ancient Robot Games. It's got a very like the Iron Giant type vibe to it, and like with the designs, it's really quite cool.
Ross McRae did the mural, who was a local artist.
Yeah.
And so we get a local designer did all the designs, got the local artist to do all the art. I don't know if you've seen, but the bathroom has a bunch of really fun robot
cool
art in there as well. And it just it just settled into the name, and it was like, we know that's the right one.
Yeah, and again, it's just very fitting for the theme of this place and like where it's sat, kind of like your ethos of the place, like it all just fits in so well. And like I say, Ancient Robot Games, it's cool. And when I put the post out about like I've been in Edinburgh, does anyone know any really cool like games? Like the amount of people that were like, oh, Ancient Robot Games, Ancient Robot Games, Ancient Robot Games. I was like, right, Ancient Robot Games it is then. So. And I'm glad I really came up because this is, as I was saying on the piece cam before, you've got a really great community spirit, which is I think so important. Like I say, we're here, people are like just on their own table, gaming away, enjoying a coffee, and just kind of like getting away from that classic being like nobody's on their phone.
Yeah. And also,
nobody's on their phone.
Event nights,
so
social.
Yeah.
Like you get people who come back and play with the same people every week, but somebody new will join, they'll pop their head in, and people will just invite them in. We've had some people like form friendships and things like that just from like coming every week and like starting big groups.
And it makes sense. It's like I say, like it's a really key, like like so you're going to a Costa, a Starbucks, even like just a local like coffee shop, and everyone's just sat there just. It's gone through here. It's you're card gaming, you're rolling dice, you're talking, interacting, and as I say, with all these different places I'm trying to go to, everyone's the same thing. Like no one's on their phones. Everyone's just like interacting and talking and laughing and. I think the vibe
it's
is
the passion for the hobby.
Yeah, it's the passion. Definitely the passion. And you can sit and talk lore and like what you like, what you don't. And it's great because you can have like great conversations about like what you like, what you don't like. And like everyone's really has their own sort of like views on like, well, have you thought about this? Or it's like, oh yeah, that's really, really cool. And again, I think you were talking about the, is it like the quest games that you've got here in the book forms.
Yeah.
Again, some really, and you've even got one yourself.
Yeah, I do.
If you want to plug it, I
do the Minion RPG, which I kickstarted a few years back. I can go get it. Go on.
Absolutely. Go and get that. Yeah.
So this is Minion. It is a role-playing game about playing the minions of a Dark Lord.
Oh, nice.
And it's all about playing the monsters and the bad guys. And so what I wanted is I didn't want to just limit people. Like if it's like, I don't want to just be like, oh, you can play the orc, you can play like the dragon, you can play that. So it's all based off tables. So you build your monster kind of completely bespoke from what you want. And I've had people play like goblins, vampires, all the classic. But then I've had people.
So you're like the. So instead of being like the hero, you're the kind of like the
underlings, the minions, the bad guys. And
that's brilliant.
There's an adventure that I wrote into it, which is all the bad guys are adventurers that are there to and you have to go get a dragon egg for your evil Dark Lord.
But obviously, in your mind, as the minion, you're the good guy.
You're the good guys.
Yeah, that's brilliant from the other side.
And my favourite part is you can roll everything randomly.
Okay, great.
So I've had people just roll randomly and make the most insane characters, and then occasionally I'll get like from people who are playing it, I'll get art that people have drawn of their characters. I have had a reverse merman where it was a fish top off with a human bottom.
Brilliant.
I had somebody send me a picture of a goblin wearing a massive hat with a demon face on it, and they were like, "I'm actually the hat. The goblin's just carrying me around." Like it was so good. I have people play like oozes and mimics and stuff like that.
So I suppose, like I say, when you're the bad guy minion, when you think about it as like the hero side, like, the amount of enemies and like bad guy creatures that you come across, they're like it's infinite.
Yeah.
Like usually good guys is like your mage, your bard, your hero, your knight, and it's like pretty much like 6 main characters.
Yeah.
When you're coming across the enemies, they seem to be like limitless in imagination. So it makes. It just makes complete sense.
That's what I wanted to capture.
Good. That's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. Right, so Morgan, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much for Minion. Go and check that out because that's brilliant. So yes, Ancient Robot Games, Minion as well. And thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks.
Well, that concludes a very quick episode of Heresy is My Therapy and the hunt for the UK's best hobby hangout. Once again, Ancient Robot Games, a fantastic independent gaming store, cafe. If you're in Edinburgh or you're on your travels around Scotland, be sure to come here in Lee and check out Ancient Robot Games. It's a great little cafe. It's got an amazing selection of games. A great stock of everything that you need. Really good locally sourced coffee, which is you just can't beat. Yeah, get yourself down there. It's absolutely fantastic. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. It's as always a pleasure to make these, and don't forget to like, subscribe, all that YouTube nonsense that we have to say at the end. But yeah, Ancient Robot Games, give them a check out. I'll put a link in the description below for their social media pages, websites and stuff. But yeah, go and check them out. If you're down here, come say hello to the team. Morgan and the rest of the guys here are just such a good laugh to be around. The community spirit here is just fantastic. Yeah, overall, a great visit. Right, anyway. Ooh, it's that coffee going through. Anyway, signing off for now, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.